Alright, welcome back for another video, guys. As you can tell by the title, we're going to discuss the sales that took place for November 2021, the Black Friday sales from none other than Vinegar Syndrome and Severin Films. Um, just two sales that I'm sure that we all love to hit and try to save a little bit of money here and there, especially when it comes to the back catalog titles. And I know we all get excited for the new stuff that gets announced, and especially the secret titles and everything else. Um, I definitely have to say, especially for both companies, for this sale this year, I was very happy with what they had. I saw a few people, a few YouTubers that I constantly watch online, and they were kind of saying, like kind of it was middle of the road for them, which I can kind of understand that. Um, but I definitely had a lot of fun with it though, and I hope you guys definitely got to pick up a few things that you was looking for. The way I see it, it's not always uh, it's not always the fact of jumping on there and just buying a ton of shit. That's always a cool thing too, to do that and have something to look forward to coming in the mail, so you can dig into it when it finally gets here, and expand your horizons with a couple things that you're interested in. But just for the people who even just order just a handful of titles or something like that, um, that's a great thing to have coming. But let me see where I want to start here. I guess we'll just start with Vinegar Syndrome first. Before we get into that, hope everybody had a really good Thanksgiving. Guys, I assure you, I would have done like a preparation video for the Black Friday sale, just like I did for the mid-year, the halfway to Black Friday sale that I did for Vinegar Syndrome and Severin. Just everything was kind of going kind of crazy. Had a lot of family come in from out of town. Had a just a big chore list of stuff to do. But even with all that going on, I was right in my living room Thursday night, just waiting on midnight to hit. Uh, just waiting for that Vinegar Syndrome and the Severin sale to go live. And I was watching none other than Master Chaos again. I always it's become a habit now where I literally I love the fact that he plans it out ahead of time. He tells everybody, hey, here's another sale coming up. Please feel free to join in. We're going to do this live, and it was great. I think I was on there with him for at least 7 hours, and I was eating it up. It was none other than Master Chaos, joined by a special guest, Tony of the Dead, and those guys were troopers. No, I think Brother Chaos stepped in for a little bit, so that was nice too as well. And I think at one point we had over 100 people watching live with us, and everybody was having their input put in. Everybody was very excited. Um, so yeah, I will say this: as soon as the sales went live, Vinegar Syndrome's website was flawless. Everything was going great. I never got no error 504 message. I placed my orders just very quickly. Hopped in there, was looking at some essentials first, and placed the order, no problems. Went back, made another cart, and just everything was flowing perfectly. Unfortunately, again with Severin Films, there was just too much problems with the website. They can't handle that much traffic, that much bandwidth. Um, it's definitely, I would say at this point, as much as I do love their company, I love the products that they put out. A big thing that they really need to focus on doing, especially if that's David Gregory's responsibility for being head of Severin Films. It's definitely time for him to get a very reliable source to help him do something with their website where they can handle traffic. Yeah, I don't know how all that works. Whether they got to pay for additional servers to be able to handle that traffic all at once, because basically all it boils down to is everybody's hitting the site at the exact same time. Everybody's very excited. We're all trying to get on at the exact same time. The site can't handle the traffic, and it just shuts down on us. And to even try to get up, I was literally on there as soon as I placed my Vinegar Syndrome order. I hopped over to Severin. Couldn't get the website to work. When I finally did get it to load, every time I would add up just one title to my cart, um, the whole thing would I'd get the error 504 message. I'd go back, the item wouldn't be in my cart that I tried to put in there, and I would click on a different item to put in the cart. Same fucking story. It was just for the first 2 hours. It was a headache. It took me 2 hours and 14 minutes to be able to put 3 titles in my cart and successfully check out. There for a while, I was even successfully getting them in my cart, but then go to check out, being logged into my account to go check out using Pay with PayPal. And even PayPal would not just want to link with the Severin site to take my money. And I was just like, all right, like, can you please just take my money all fucking ready? So, yeah, it took about 2 hours, 15 minutes for me to finally plug the first order in. As soon as I got done with that, I gave it a little bit of a break, went back in, made a huge second order. That did take me a little bit of time. I was still having problems with every time I would add 3 or 4 titles to my cart, no problem. They'd put them in there, and then I'd go to put another item in the cart, and I'd get the 504, and I'd come back out. Thankfully, all my other items were still in the cart, but that one didn't add, so I'd have to go back out, find it again. And Sever's done some renovations to their site since the site went down for maintenance. They did rebuild the interface of it, and I will tell you this, the way they done it, and I even mentioned this while Master Chaos was live, and even all those dudes agreed with me, as many times, as many years and many sales as we stay on this website and buy stuff from. The fact that they have now removed their price listing up under every individual title on the site where you can't see it. You physically have to click on the actual product that you're looking at to open it up, and then it shows you the price. If there was one thing I wish Severin would do, would be able to modify their website the way Vinegar Syndrome does their website. You see what you want, you see the price tag up under it. If you want to read the synopsis, see the availability, you click on it once and it gives you all the information right up front. I wish their setup was a little more structured, better like that. I'm not just trying to talk a bunch of shit about Severin. No, don't take it as that, guys. I am a huge fan of Severin. And I'll be honest, when it came to this year, even though I made a huge order for both companies during the Severin Nukes, the mid-year sale, and the Vinegar Syndrome halfway to Black Friday sale for this year, I bought a shit ton from both companies, but I found myself watching a lot more of Severin titles this year as opposed than I did to Vinegar Syndrome titles, which I'm not saying I like them better than Vinegar Syndrome, or I'm not saying I like Vinegar Syndrome better than Severin. It's just I was gravitating a little bit more towards Severin because I just happened to order, a shitload of titles that was just so far out of my realm of what I normally watch, where I was just like, I'm eager to check this out. I'm kind of in the mood for this. And I've had a lot of fun lately. And during even the weekend when I had a lot of downtime, I found myself going through a lot of my Severin titles that I haven't, unfortunately, had time to get a hold of yet to really dig into and watch and dig through some of the special features. And I was having a fucking blast with it. But once again, guys, I really do hope that everybody, had the time and had a little bit of the financial play to get on there and grab a few things that you wanted. I broke a big rule this year again, just like as I did for the halfway to Black Friday sale. I walked into this right before it started, especially for the Black Friday sale that just took place, and I said, I'm going to go for just the essentials only. I'm going to try to stay. I'm going to grab I'm going to grab a few things here and there from the back catalog that has its best discounts, because to me that's where I get the best deals at. And if I'm really interested in something and I want it, I'd rather pay $17.50, $15 for it as opposed to paying $28, $32, or sometimes $34 for each title. But of course, I got on there, and personally myself, I went fucking crazy. I just got done doing the math, and so I will tell you this: at midnight last night, from my time here in Georgia, the Vinegar Syndrome site definitely went down, as according to plan, as it does every year. They give us that little additional day of Monday right there, even though the weekends are with. They'll give us that 24 hours of Monday, but when Monday gets here, midnight strikes, that site goes down. And usually I see that site close down for a month. So if you are new here and you're watching this and you did order stuff from Vinegar Syndrome, this is your first time, you're not very up to par, up to speed of their normal practice. I will assure you that soon as these sales are done, they close that site down. Their new practices now is pretty much, they'll give it about a week and the site will be back up. But the only thing you're most likely going to see on their website is just the partner label stuff, like you have, like AGFA. I was trying to think of the other ones, the music box titles that's in there, and I'm trying to think. I even ordered a couple different titles from their partner labels this year, which was a first for me. Just because I was intrigued, had some great recommendations, and just having a lot of fun on Master Chaos, and he was definitely recommended some stuff, and just having a lot of fun, so I went for it. And so yeah, but other than the partner labels, after a week of that site being down, just so they can start their packaging of all the products to get them sent out, you're going to see that site pretty much, just, as far as the Vinegar Syndrome stuff, that's not going to be back on the site for about a month, I would say. It's a very busy time for them. They only have so much of a selective team to package all these orders, get them out. From my understanding, it's been stated numerous times. But guys, let's dig into this and everything. I got some stuff in here that I got from the last sales. I did order some stuff right before these sales started, and I got some stuff in. Not only that, ordered a bunch of stuff for not only myself but my buddy Cody on here, which I sent him a lot of Severin stuff and a good bit of Vinegar Syndrome stuff right before the sale started. And mostly all the stuff that I did buy, for the most part, was stuff that wasn't going to be discounted in this sale. Usually the way Vinegar Syndrome and Severin work, especially Severin, it's like, hey, if anything's been released in the last 6 months and we have a sale coming up, those most likely those items are not qualified to be in the sale, so they're not discounted. Especially like when, of course, new pre-orders and brand new releases, so they go by the 6 month kind of thing. Vinegar Syndrome, they definitely don't go, from my understanding. I don't think they do the whole 6 month thing where, if it released 6 months ago, it's not going to be discounted. I think they give a little bit more leniency for their pricing on their discount. But I picked this up for myself and my buddy Cody. That is New York Ninja. I definitely wanted to have some Vinegar Syndrome stuff on hand, just to kind of have fun with until my Black Friday order shows up, which I'm assuming, like normally for me, I'm not a subscriber, so my stuff takes about a month to get here after the Black Friday sale's over with. Same thing for Severin. That took me about a month the last 2 times that I've done it. But I will tell you this: if you're listening to this channel, you're kind of new to Vinegar Syndrome, I will tell you that if you are a yearly subscriber to Vinegar Syndrome, they do package the Black Friday sale orders. You guys' stuff gets packaged first and gets sent out, so that is a nice luxury to have. That's a very nice incentive. But just some of us just really can't afford. I think that they even rate the price this year. I think the yearly subscription for Vinegar Syndrome, and I think they removed the Peakorama titles out of that now. I don't think they're no longer available. It's Peakorama and something else that they removed from it. But I think it was $950. If you were a subscriber from last year, they automatically gave you a coupon for like $750 off. I'm sorry, I think it was $925 this year, so it came out to about $850 for last year's subscribers to renew. So I think that pays off in the end, especially if you're wanting to get every single title that that Vinegar Syndrome releases. For myself, and plus I would assume a good bit of others, we cherry pick is what I would say. But yeah, I went ahead and ordered this right here for none other than me and my buddy right here, just so we could dig into this and enjoy this, to have something just to dig into before our orders get here. Here's another one right here I ordered for both me and him as well, and that is the 4K release of Ticks. Super excited to have both of these, New York Ninja and Ticks right here. This is a 4K set. New York Ninja is a Blu-ray set. Let me make sure I'm not lying to you. It is Blu-ray. This is VSP 01, so this is their first edition into, I think that stands for Vinegar Syndrome Productions. There is a VSP number 2, to my understanding, which is Censor. I just found out about it when I was looking through the Vinegar Syndrome page when it finally came up for the Black Friday sale, and it was sitting in there. I don't think it comes in one of these boxes like this, one of these really big fancy boxes with the magnetic clasp and the big book in there and stuff. But I believe Censor is VSP number 2. I'm thinking that's the one. But I went ahead and ordered it. And I also ordered, couldn't help it, but I ordered the Dario Argento's Trauma. I think this is the first time that Vinegar Syndrome is dipping their feet into the water of having an Argento title in their catalog, and I'm very excited for that. Never seen it, never really heard of it that much. I listened to Master Chaos and Aaron Penn discuss it briefly, just a little bit on the aftermath of the Black Friday sale, and from what they discussed of it, it just made me even more excited that I'm glad that I grabbed it. Guys, as you well know, this is well, let's do these. I think I got those backwards by mistake, or I forgot to pull one off. I probably did. Hold on a sec here. I did. Where'd I lay the other one? I should have got this together. Here it is. So, guys, as you know, every time we have a sale, whether it's the halfway to Black Friday sale or the Black Friday sale itself, Vinegar Syndrome usually does. What they do is they take 4 previous releases that's already been out, and they'll make 4 brand new slipcovers for releases that never had slipcovers to begin with. I will tell you that the ones that they made this year is 3 slipcovers, and instead of having a 4th slipcover, they actually made a big box, which I'm super excited about. I pretty much predicted it as soon as they dropped that whole inside scoop on, hey, we will have a box for our previously released films, and I was just like, please let it be Rudy Ray Moore, the Rudy Ray Moore set. I'd be more than happy with that, and it'd be great to have all 4 of those movies and have a box to put them in as a complete box set. And that dream was that prayer was answered. But the other ones was this one right here was Graduation Day. They made a brand new slip for this right here, so that'll be coming. This is great. It was Graduation Day. I have to look just to refresh my mind. All this, I juggled so many sites the past weekend, guys. It's just at some point it just kind of blurred together, and I lost track, and I just had to unplug for a second. But that is Graduation Day. I am confident these are the 3 they made slips for. The slip cover for this one looks really good too. There's the next one they made a new slip cover for, and that is Don't Answer the Phone. I really dug the art. I think this one, besides that Dolomite box, well, the Rudy Ray Moore box, this is my favorite. Legacy slip is what they call them. New slip cover for a previous release that didn't originally release with a slip cover. And this is Don't Answer the Phone. I will tell you guys this too. I'm pretty sure if you still buy the film now, it still comes with the booklet. I bought this years ago. I'll be pretty confident that it still comes with the booklet. But yeah, that is a Blu-ray DVD set of Don't Answer the Phone. And the 3rd slipcover that they announced that they're going to release for a previous release film is Frightmare. I'm pretty sure you guys know that not only does Vinegar Syndrome have this film, but 88 Films also has this in the Slasher Classics collection in those red cases that we all love. So yeah, that is Frightmare. So that'll be the 3rd one coming. And I'm just so happy that they did this. But there's 4 films that they have starring Rudy Ray Moore in there. Of course, 3 of them being just some of my all-time favorites. And unfortunately, I just haven't got to Disco Godfather yet, which I've heard nothing but great things about. But guys, that is they made a box that you could buy by itself. I should have mentioned this too. If you already had these movies, you could buy the slipcovers by themselves for $8 a piece. I believe that if you didn't have the slipcover and you wanted to buy the movie in the slipcover, it was $25. That's, if I'm not mistaken, that's a $5 increase from the last sale, because that used to be $20 that you could get the movie and the new Legacy slip together in a bundle for $20. But for this year, I want to say they were $25 if you didn't have the movie and you wanted the movie and the slip. So unfortunately, it was a $5 increase. But guys, I mean, we could pretty much expect that this stuff is, given the circumstances in the world that we live in, we're going to probably see price increases on all the shit that we love. That's just a given. So is what it is. But yeah, guys, that box is none other than the Rudy Ray Moore box is none other more than Learn to Speak. Rudy Ray Moore's Dolomite. Dolomite. I love the hell out of this fucking movie. I've recommended this movie so many times to so many people. Even bought it from my buddy Cody. I just had to let him see it. The second one up is The Human Tornado. Out of the three I'm going to show you right here, that I'm very well aware of, and I know a good bit about these films, and see them numerous times. I do like The Human Tornado. However, to me, it's my least favorite out of the three that I'm about to show you right here. But the next one up is definitely, it ties right here. Something about this movie, it just ties with me with the original Dolomite film right there, and that's P.D. Wheatstraw. I love the hell out of this. I love the concept about this movie. It was definitely, I wouldn't even say just tongue-in-cheek. It's almost to the point where the script is just obnoxious, but it plays so great. And we have none other than Rudy Ray Moore in here, just making the best out of the character as being the devil's son-in-law. Have no fear, it's the comedy smash of the year. The Devil's Son-in-Law, P.D. Wheatstraw. This is a great fucking release. I highly encourage anybody, if you did not buy these during the sale, if you don't want to spend the full price for them right now for the next couple of months, on that next sale's coming up, get prepared, get those things. Definitely if you love blaxploitation, you have a taste for it. I bought this one right here during this year's halfway to Black Friday sale from Vinegar Syndrome, and that is Rudy Ray Moore and Carol Speed and Disco Godfather. I have not checked this out yet, unfortunately, which this was one of the ones I was going to pull immediately out my box when I finally got it in and watch it. I just, for some reason, it was one of those things that got put on the back burner, and I just still haven't got to it. But as the months now are getting colder and the weather outside is kind of really shitty, I'm more than confident that I'm going to be able to go through a lot of shit that I've been kind of stacking up to the side and putting that watch list for later. So, as I'll tell you how this works, like I said, the slips were $8 a piece. If you already had the movies, no big deal. If you didn't have the movie, and you wanted the new Legacy slip with the movie, it was $25. As I said, usually it was $20, but unfortunately, I believe they're now $25 a piece. And going forward, I would definitely see that's probably going to be about the common price of that. Hopefully I'm wrong. Maybe they go back down to 20, and hey, that's it. So, but as far as this box went, so all four of these movies right here, they will go inside the Rudy Ray Moore box, which I assure you, if you guys got to see the art on that box, you will agree with me that thing looks fucking beautiful. I love how simplistic it is. It looks, from my understanding, the way I saw it, it's really a nice, detailed, very retro kind of looking box set, very exploitation kind of look, little gritty, and they chose to put it in a white box set. So all four of these films will fit inside that box set to house what they now call the Rudy Ray Moore collection. And I couldn't be more happier than that, because I love the hell out of the first three of these movies. Recommended them so many times. I've even bought them for a couple people. And I've even the people I bought them for has just had fun with them. No, they're not the greatest movies in the world. They're not going to change your life. I would, as far as, the royalty of cinema goes. But if you can have fun with these movies, then your sense of humor is probably something that needs to be worked on. But yes, this right here, when I got to see this for the first time in my life, I was all over this. But I'm a big fan of blaxploitation. Some people, that could just not be your cup of tea, and I completely understand that. So, but they did have all four of these movies during the Black Friday sale that just ended last night at midnight, and they were all $15 a piece. If you had all the movies and you just needed a box, no problem. You could buy the box for $15. And so that way you ain't got to worry about buying the movies again. I think that is a very, what a great marketing ploy and business tactic for Vinegar Syndrome. I love that. And if you wanted the box, but you didn't have all four of the movies, you could buy the whole box set together with that. You could buy the whole box set together with all four movies in there, and I think it was priced at $75. And if you ask me, that's the perfect price. You're still getting all five movies for $15 plus the box for $15, which we all had to pay for. I will tell you guys that usually after all the sales in, if you're new to this, after the sales in, the way they break that down is it's only during the sale that you get to buy the slips by themselves for $8 or the box by itself for $15. When the sale's done and gone for, you don't have that option anymore to buy the slip by itself or the box. You have to buy the whole package with the movie. That's just how it works. So that's why those sales are very important to take advantage of, and especially if you're chasing the legacy slip covers for your releases that you already have on the shelf. And I will have to say, I've become to love. I have a couple of them that's my favorite artworks for the legacy slips themselves. Luther the Geek, definitely just being one of them. Nightmare Sisters, I would even say Murder Weapon, that looks so great. Witch Trap. There's a bunch of them I love. Christmas Evil. I'm trying not to leave them out here, guys. I'm just trying to look over there in the order of them. There's what we got in there. Evils of the Night, that was another one that I loved a lot. Nightmare Weekend was another one that looks great. They do a really good job on these legacy slips. There's a few of them that's kind of hit or miss for me. Even though this slip, the Psychic Killer, wasn't one of my favorites, or Pigs wasn't one of my favorites, I still appreciated that they brought that slip to the forefront to have for us. Loved the hell out of the slip on Raw Force, especially what was that? Punk Vacation, that looked really good too. I know this is another one right here. Here's another legacy slip right here. I believe this was last year. Night Train of Terror. Looks great. Love the hell out of that. But out of all that's sitting there, I will have to say for them, they did 3 legacy slips, and instead of just doing a 4th legacy slip cover, they choose to go for a box of 4 movies that they had in the Rudy Ray Moore collection to make a box for. That has to be my favorite thing when it comes to, because that's entitled basically now as a legacy box. So I'd say that's definitely my favorite right there. Saw the artwork on that, and I couldn't stop looking at the artwork on it. I just opened it up and kept looking at the images just for what they could show of the box, and I was just so happy. From my understanding, it's going to be a similar box where got the same thing off to the side here that's kind of like that. I hope my stuff doesn't fall here. It'll be pretty much, because this has got 4 in it, so it's going to be pretty much a box the exact same size as the Amityville, the Curse collection. As you can see, guys, these are great boxes. Nice, good, and thick right there, too. This is not thin, flimsy material. It's well produced. It's Vinegar Syndrome stuff. It's top quality. They know that they have a fucking rabid fan base for slipcovers in their boxes and the way they package and design their sets. But it'll be none other than the pull top boxes. You pull the top off, there's even art around the lip of it right there and the spines. And you look inside there, and there's all 4 movies. And every time I open this box, either just to show it or demonstrate it as for how big another one's going to be that also has 4 movies in it, every time I look into this thing, what's really sad is I bought this thing, I want to say during the halfway to Black Friday sale 2020 last year. And as you can tell, guys, all 4 of those movies are still sealed, not even open. I assure you, this is not something I'm leaving here brand new and still on the shelf to resell. I just, unfortunately, have not got to this, because when I do plan on getting to it, me and my wife plan to binge the whole box set together and try to go through as many special features as possible. I will tell you why I'm talking about this, just in case you're unfamiliar with this set. This is long gone. It's sold out. You have to go through a second source to get this. I'm sure Orbit DVD, Diabolic, these things have been long gone from them as well, just like Vinegar Syndrome. However, you can get on Vinegar Syndrome's website, though, and buy the movies individually, so that's always a great route to go, especially if you don't want to pay the outrageous price that somebody's probably trying to sell it to you for on eBay just for that box. So there that is. Let's see, what else we got here sitting to the side. I went over that stack right there. Hope everybody's enjoying their for the ones who got their orders in before Black Friday. We all knew what was going to be discounted in the sale and what was not going to be. I think a lot of us, just like myself, was saying, I want a box to get from Vinegar Syndrome to hold me over until I get my Black Friday order. I'll go ahead and order some stuff that's definitely not going to be in this sale, that's excluded just because of how it's a new release or hasn't been on the market long enough to be one of those entries in the sale. So definitely ordered some stuff there. Like I said, I got Ticks and New York Ninja. Bought my buddy Cody both of those. I also got him the Forgotten Giallo Volume 3 box set, which I dumped $60 on that, and it was $40 in the sale. I could have waited a little bit and saved $20, but I was eager to get it to him, and I wanted him to have it all together. I got that one for him, and I'm trying to think of what else it was. I know it was the Forgotten Giallo box set, Volume 3, Ticks, New York Ninja, and I could have swore there was another thing in there. It's eluded me at the moment right now. But I believe there's a fourth thing in there. Even picked my buddy up, Anthony Ball, over in the UK. For any of you guys that do not know him or unaware of him, he has a YouTube channel, Master of the 80s, on here. Very dear friend of mine. Me and him's been talking since we both started YouTube. And some of the, him being in the UK can be a little bit hard for him to get his hands on Vinegar Syndrome titles. So I also, dear him, when I made that order, also ordered him a copy of the Beastmaster. This is the VSU #1. This isn't the big box with the big book and all that stuff, but Vinegar Syndrome, just to show you how good of a company they are, as soon as the VSU version of it, the big box version of it went out of print, they still took the actual release, put a nice slipcover on it, basically detailing the same exact art that's on the big box. The only thing that was inside that big box that's not in here is the book and the additional slipcover that went on the film. So it's just nothing more than just packaging stuff. So I'm sure he's going to be more than happy with this right here. So Anthony, I will work on getting that in the mail for you as well, because this has been sitting here for months now. The Scorpion and Kino Lorber collaboration release of the Barbarian Brothers as the Barbarians. So, brother, I got those two for you. Let these holidays kind of pass over a little bit. I promise you I'll get those in the mail to you. Thanksgiving is now officially over, so hopefully the mail just won't be super slow, man. I can get those in the mail to you this week. That way they'll be headed over there across the pond to you. And if worst comes to worst, at least you'll have them in time for Christmas. So, all right, got that out of the way. But yeah, guys, there was some... I noticed another thing too, and I'm pretty sure if you're watching this channel, I'm pretty sure you noticed it too. There was a good bit of slipcovers that was in, looking at one of the great things of looking at Vinegar Syndrome is seeing exactly how much the exact availability they have left of a limited edition slipcover. And I was noticing that Vinegar Syndrome, being the awesome company that they are, gotta take this jacket off, guys. It's getting a little warm back here. I was noticing, just to be the good company that they are, like I said, they got on social media, and they actually gave us all a list of, hey, here's some of the limited edition slipcovers that we are now down below. We're in pretty good low stock numbers of, so please keep these in mind whenever the site goes live for any of you who are digging for these. I did realize that one big one on there that I had my eye on now for a while, which was, I will try to open up my camera without wasting too much of you guys' time and get back to the other day where I was going crazy on this stuff. I even took a picture of it here. Give me 1 second. Yeah, guys, that was none other than the Deadlock, the Subculture USA limited edition release. It's the 4K UHD. There's a very low number of stock, limited of that right there. If you guys can see that, sorry for that brightness. That was one of the first things I put in my cart as soon as the site went live. I was definitely wanting it, and I even told Alan from Pop's Movie Dungeon, guys, please check out his channel, another great channel. And I also told my buddy Cody, who just recently did a great video for his channel too as well. Told him about it, and I even got those guys to pull the trigger on it. I was like, you'll thank me later. Like, this thing is praised. This is some spaghetti western shit right here. You can't go wrong. It's $30. Let's grab it. So they did. I grabbed mine as well. Let me go back and take a look, guys. I'll even go over the list of what I got here. Of course, the first thing I put on there, like I said, was the Deadlock 4K release with slipcover there, $30. That went immediately. I don't even think it was available for the first maybe 45 minutes of the sale being live, and they went in there with a couple hundred copies. Just to show you how fast it went. I picked up that Black Friday enamel pen. I can't really enlarge it that much. I will try. It's going to blur out the screen a little bit, but I got that. I like to buy these little souvenirs and little tokens, and pins are just, it being $8. It's like, what's the, no big deal. Of course, I got the Frightmare slipcover by itself since I've already got the movie there. Got that for $8. Don't Answer the Phone as well that I just showed you. Already got it, so picked up the slipcover for that, $8. Graduation day. And I would tell you guys, I'll try to enlarge that right there. That slipcover looks great. Don't Answer the Phone and Graduation Day slipcovers both look awesome. I wish that was doing a little bit better detail. But yeah, both those look really good. And I'm not even trying to say bad shit about Frightmare. I have now watched Frightmare about 2 or 3 times. I dig it for what it is. It's definitely just... it's one of those brain candy kind of movies. You don't put it in expecting, one of the best movies in the world, but you can still have fun with it. And guys, I will show you that Rudy Ray Moore box set. Even though the more I kind of enlarged, I should have took some screenshots of the actual product page of it right there. But there that is right there. The Rudy Ray Moore box. It was $15 by itself since I already had all the other movies. If you didn't have the movies, you wanted all 4 of them with that box, it was $75. And I'll be honest with you, that's a fair price. I picked up the, I guess that's VSP Censor, VSP number 2, which was Censor. Went ahead and grabbed that. I don't know a whole lot about the movie. I took a little, quick little peek at the trailer, read a summary on it right quick, as well as a synopsis, listened to a reviewer, of course, who hasn't reviewed that exact copy, but has seen the movie before, and it was enough to sell me on it. And as I said, guys, I was really excited right there to pick up the Vinegar Syndrome release with that limited edition slipcover of Trauma right there. So, like I said, this is Vinegar Syndrome's first time dipping their feet into getting a Dario Argento title. I'm sorry, guys. I'm fucking tongue-tied as it can be. Getting a little excited instead of just talking about it and the sale's already over. But, guys, I assure you, I had every incentive to come back here and actually do a prep video for not only Vinegar Syndrome, but also Severin. I was going to pull out, in my last video during the halfway to Black Friday sale, I pulled out my top 10. I tried to pull out my top 10 favorite releases. Couldn't do it. It wound up being like the top 20 releases. There was just some really good shit in there. And I was planning on doing the same thing for Severin since I got a good bit that past halfway to Black Friday sale. I was going to pull out, my favorite ones that I've watched so far that was just like, holy shit, you really need these in your collection if you have the same taste. And if they're on sale, you can get them for a really good price. It's basically stealing them. I just didn't have the time, guys. Everything just it just melted down where I already ran way out of time for doing prep. The sale started that Thursday night. I was going 7 hours straight with Master Chaos, Tony of the Dead. Just being an onlooker in my living room, having a ton of fun, being inspired to pick up a lot of shit that Master Chaos himself was recommending. And by the time the weekend got here, family was down. And I was doing everything I could to spend time with them and secretly kind of like sneak off in another room just to kind of like monitor the Vinegar Syndrome page on the limitations that was going on, plus Severin to see what was coming out of stock. I will say this, Severin was very good about updating their site very quickly when something came out of stock. I have ordered stuff from them before during a sale where it wouldn't even say out of stock, you got to pay for it, and then you get the message saying, sorry, we can't let you order this because we don't even have it in stock. So they were very good about updating their site as far as that part this year. As far as keeping up with good bandwidth to control that traffic during the first, I would say, 4 hours of that sale going live, it was the first 2.5 hours was like pulling teeth. And about the next hour and a half, it kind of smoothed out a little bit. And after that 4 hour mark, we were running fucking smooth after that. So, and after that 4 hours passed, the whole time, the Severin sale was working fine. And I will tell you this, the Severin sale itself just went down 45 minutes ago. It's 10:45 a.m. right here, right now in Georgia on this Tuesday morning. Yeah, it was a little unfortunate. Severin did release on social media that for all those who had that horrible struggle starting out at midnight when the sale went live, anybody who ordered stuff during this sale, they will be sending you a $20 gift card towards your next order for the next sale. Guys, I'm sure there's going to be limitations on that gift card. I don't know if you're going to be able to apply that gift card for pre-orders. I would say maybe new releases. They might have restrictions on that too. I'm not sure. I would assume though, especially with pre-orders, I'd definitely say that's not going to be something you can throw your gift card at. I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. But I will say that is a very nice incentive of Severin right there to do that, because they didn't have to do that. They could have literally just been like, you know what, is it not, this is nothing new. We always have problems with our website because everybody gets on it at the same time and it just basically melts to pieces and shuts the fuck down. So for them to say, hey, for anybody who orders something, we're going to give you a $20 gift card, I'm looking forward to it. Even if that $20 gift card is only just for titles in the back catalog, I will definitely use that. That $20 will help. Let me try to think, guys. I was taking pictures all throughout this, and I just don't want to. I'm fucking with my phone here, and this just ain't working. Oh boy, what did I do? What did I do? Let's just, you know what? We'll start over again. Let's go. Let's take a look back. Oh no. I hope we don't run out of juice here. Alright, from the time it went live. Come on, man. So they had the two VSAs and the two surprise VSA titles, the two Vinegar Syndrome secret titles. Unfortunately, those were leaked right before the sale went live. Master Chaos did cover that in his video. As soon as it popped on, he even asked everybody, hey, I'm sure at this point everybody probably knows, but the leaks did come in, and due to the artwork and the guesses we've had before from their hints, from what they did give, these look very legit, and sure enough they were. The two VSAs, of course, was that Tiger Claws trilogy, and of course the dreaded TC2000. Myself, I haven't seen it all the way through. I was eager enough to get on and join Master Chaos as he was watching both of these live with his fans on YouTube, and I got to see a little bit of TC2000, and I'm sorry, that movie just, I could see probably having a few beers and putting that on, maybe having a few more beers, and then maybe a dozen more just to try to get through that movie. Tiger Claws trilogy, from what I was watching Master Chaos showing that, I was having a little bit of fun with that. So if you're looking into getting those, and those are some movies that you're glad to add to your collection because you dig them, hey, good for you. The two secret VS titles that was leaked right before the sale went live was none other than Steel and Lace, which is basically like an android kind of woman that's a female lead that's in that movie, from what I can understand. I don't really know that much about it. I did watch a trailer, and it was kind of vague to me. It didn't really grab my attention fully, so I think I'm going to hold off on that till the next sale. Maybe I get to watch it on Tubi or something before I take that plunge. And the other one, which is a 4K release of Ebola Syndrome. Now, my understanding is Ebola Syndrome is part of the Hong Kong Category 3 films. And as we know, from what I gather, Hong Kong is going through this really strict issue where they're censoring a lot of their movies. They're not allowing them. They are not even allowing them to be redistributed. So who knows what the future holds with that, especially with North American companies getting a hold of those and putting them out here in the States. There's a fan base for them. There's no reason why films in general should just be discarded, left to rot, and can never be touched, and the public can never see them again just because somebody feels that they shouldn't be watched by an audience. I did hear Aaron Penn say that he would have chose a different film for a Category 3 film for Vinegar Syndrome to put out. Especially with this film right now, with everything going on, especially with COVID-19 for the past couple of years, this might be a little bit of a depressing film. for Vinegar Syndrome to put out right now, but I've heard plenty of other people say, hey, I'm very interested in the film. I watched the trailer, looked over the special features on this, and I will honestly say I wouldn't mind grabbing it. However, I did pass up on it. I will. This will definitely be one of those that I will add to my cart though during the halfway to Black Friday sale 2022 though. And like I said, Still in Lace is a possibility for that. So guys, if y'all did get those though, you went ahead and put them in your order. Fucking please feel free to comment. Leave me a comment in the section of any of my videos. Maybe this one right here if you remember to. And yeah, please let me know how you dug them, what you think of them. Give them a rating, like fucking, do a 5-star rating, 1 through 5. Tell me what you got. All right, I went over Deadlock and all that good stuff. I will say this as well. I went back into place, so I got that order. That was my first order that I went in and got that I just showed you guys right there. That was Deadlock, the Black Friday enamel pin, Frightmare slipcover, Don't Answer the Phone slipcover, Graduation Day slipcover, the Films of Rudy Ray Moore box set, the box only, Censor VSP number 2, and also Vinegar Syndrome's Trauma, Argento film. Went back in and I made a second order right after that because the Severin Films website was still acting just so shitty. I said, you know what? I'll just go right back to Vinegar Syndrome. Let me see what I could dig around here and find. So I went back in and I ordered a couple what they call the sub-label films that they have on the Vinegar Syndrome site. Vinegar Syndrome also helps other labels bring their products to their website and sell it. Vinegar Syndrome, though, I can tell you this now, they're not going to let another label come in there to sell their products that do a half-assed job. Vinegar Syndrome knows good and well that these labels have to bring in a product. They have to look at the packaging that's got to pass. Especially working as far as having special features on it and stuff like that. So I do appreciate the work ethic of Vinegar Syndrome bringing in other labels to help do that. So, and if I'm not mistaken, I believe the whole month of November is basically a celebration of partner labels and also May, because those are the 2 months Vinegar Syndrome really takes off to not only fulfill Black Friday orders and halfway to Black Friday sales, but to also kind of have themselves like a breath of fresh air to get ready to roll out the rest of the year's lineup kind of shit, or prepare for the next first quarter of the next year. I could be wrong on that, but I do know that I'm sorry guys, still getting over a cold. But I do know that that is a very new practice, and that did just start this year, if I'm not mistaken, if not the end of last year. So I went back in for my second order. I got a film, Summer of '84, put out by Gunpowder and Sky. I'm very unfamiliar with Gunpowder and Sky. I don't own one thing of them on that shelf over there, I believe. I think I only have one partner label release over there, and that is Scary Tales. And I'll be honest with you, I haven't even watched it. It's been sitting there. Next month will be 1 year it's been sitting there. I found somebody selling that thing with the slipcover on eBay for like $10 and I grabbed it. And I think that slipcover just sold out during this sale, if I'm not mistaken. So I grabbed Summer of '84, Gunpowder and Sky. I will tell you guys, the artwork on that box looks great. I have seen that movie. I dig the hell out of it. Can't wait to revisit it. I do believe that is a 4K UHD release, the Blu-ray. I wouldn't be surprised if there is a Blu-ray in there as well. Also bought another one, and I bought this one because Cody bought it himself, and I heard him mention, and he talked about it before, as well as another YouTuber, which I believe that was Aaron Penn, who had recommended this one, saying it was a good film, and that's Walking the Edge, and that was put out by Fun City Editions. Guys, I will show you those two right there. There they are. I know that glare on that phone really sucks, guys, but I assure you, they are in my order right there. So yeah, I got that one for $19.99, so that was a good price, better than $28. Summer of '84, however, was $37.99. That's full retail price. That was one that was not discounted for this sale, from what I can figure, because 38's pretty. That's a pretty steep price, and who knows, by the special features and the package in itself, I definitely would say that they did their work for it, and that price point constitutes what you'll pay for it. The next one is another Gunpowder and Sky release, and that is Prospect. I saw this during the halfway to Black Friday sale this year when that rolled out. I think it was halfway to Black Friday sale. Could have been the Yeah, I think it was. It was the halfway to Black Friday sale. I saw that in there, and I was very intrigued by it. I looked at a trailer then. It's been probably, what, 4, 5, 6 months now. I can't even remember how long. I think it was May when I last looked at it. So, yeah, what, about 5 months ago, 5, 6 months ago. And I was digging it and everything, just didn't know a whole lot about it and the price of it, too. I had so much other shit I was buying. I was like, I'll come back to that one later. Um, but that one was $34.99. I also went back and got some of the back catalog titles just to spruce up my order just a little bit. I bought Death Row Game Show. That was for $15. Why not? That's a great price on that, especially when they're normally $24.99. That's a great price. Also bought Death Machines. That as well was $14.99. Psycho Cop Returns, which I've been meaning to grab that release now for the past 4 sales, and for some reason every time I have it in my cart, I don't know what it is, but I removed that one and the hearse for some reason. And I told myself this time this year, if I get on there and they're discounted just as well as they've been in the past previous sales, I'm grabbing both of them, and that's exactly what I did. I got Death Row Game Show, Death Machines, and Psycho Cop Returns. Psycho Cop Returns, however, was $16.49, and the hearse was $16.49 as well. Last year, I don't know what, not last year, the halfway to Black Friday sale, they put out, Sugar Cookies is already a release that's already been out, but they did do a legacy slip for it. For some reason, I have no idea why I did this, but when I made my order, I ordered the slipcover by itself, and I didn't even have the movie. I have no idea why I done that. I think it was just a mistake because I was kind of, at that moment, I mean, I was doing a couple websites all at once for that weekend, and it was just my one and only slip up that I did. So when they sent me my order, I was looking at it and I was like, wow, I was comparing my invoice and I was like, I can't believe I just did the slipcover by itself. And that's exactly what I did. So I went ahead and ordered the movie by itself this time for $17.49. They did have some of the limited edition legacy slip still left. And that was, I believe that was $20 if you wanted the legacy slip. I probably should have just bought the whole package again, because somebody's probably in the future is going to need that legacy slip over there, and that'd be great to trade that for a different slip cover or something. I should have went that route and just paid the extra $2.50. I just wasn't thinking though at that time like that. I was like, let me just get what I want from my collection. I try not to think of anything of like I'm gonna buy this just to flip it or try to make money off of. I'd like to trade more than anything else. But mostly now, the way it goes, I always look forward to, especially when it comes to something that's really good price. Something that if I know I'm not only interested in, something like one of my friends is interested in, especially like, Alan, Cody, Anthony, I like to go ahead and grab whatever I can to help us both out because we're both going to wind up watching it together. And there's no other better experience. There's nothing better than I love looking forward to than that. All right, guys, I will look through it right quick. So that's the orders right there. I will show you that right there. There's the order right there. I just went over with you. I'm very sorry about that screen. It's probably too bright. That's not picking up. But they are on there, guys. That is Summer of '84 by Gunpowder and Sky for $38. Walking the Edge, released by Fun City Editions. That is the one and only Fun City Edition that I own right there. That's $20. Prospect is another Gunpowder and Sky. That was $34.99. So, the other one was Summer of '84 was $38. Prospect was $35. So that's just $3 price difference. So, hey, $3 difference is better than nothing. Death Row Game Show, $15. Death Machines, $15. Psycho Cop Returns, $16.49. The Hearse, $16.49. And Sugar Cookie, $17.49. Guys, I will tell you too, I noticed something with some of the titles in their back catalog. I was seeing at one point, especially during the halfway to Black Friday sale, a lot of the back catalog titles, especially that didn't have slipcovers with them, for the majority, those titles were always $15. I've noticed this year that some of them are $16.49. I did see that the same way as the halfway Black Friday sale this year with this sale. But it seems like a little bit more titles were $16.49 as opposed to the $15. I'm not going to bitch too much because that's only $1.50. I'm telling you right now, to grab a Vinegar Syndrome title for $16.49 as opposed to $15 is not jack shit. It's $1.50. That's not much. It does become much whenever you're talking about 10 or 20 titles all at once. And then you got to times that by $1.50. But $16.49 in the end, the way I look at it, $16.49 is a hell of a lot better than $25, or $16.49 is a hell of a lot better than $28. So that's just the way I look at it. So I'm very happy to get those. Damn good price. I feel like I scored something for a really good price. Can't wait to get them here, get them on the shelf. And when that time comes for me to have that mood to be like, I just want to watch this random, I just want to watch something random, and I want something crazy, let's pull it off the shelf, and there it is. All right, guys, let's see what else we got here. Oh, I'm thinking about it right here. I did notice, and for some reason, this was last year for the Black Friday sale of 2020. It was a great time, one of my favorite times from Vinegar Syndrome, because they released one title that just blew my mind, and I couldn't wait to get it, and that was none other than Fade to Black. They released Fade to Black. You had, especially for subscribers and stuff like that, they got Fade to Black with its original slipcover, and then Vinegar Syndrome sent them the alternate slipcover by itself as a bundle, so they had it all together. Unfortunately, if you were a subscriber, you had and you wanted both slipcovers, you had to buy 2 copies of the movie. It was nothing for me. I bought both of them. I think they were either 25 or 28 bucks a piece. I want to say they were 28 bucks a piece. I didn't care. I love the hell out of the movie. It's about time it came to Blu-ray. If anybody was going to do that fucking movie right, it was going to be Vinegar Syndrome. And I love both slipcovers. That being said, the original slipcover, that's basically the black slipcover with our character on the front with the half makeup face on, that slipcover went first long ago. However, the alternate slipcover, which is this one right there, I don't know why. Maybe it's the fact that, which if I had to take my pick, I love both these slipcovers and I can't choose between them. But I would definitely say maybe they pressed a lot of slipcovers for each different slipcover, and this one stuck around really long. I took this picture, let me see. I took this picture Friday night around 1:30 a.m., and this thing still had, let's see, there's 800 copies left with the limited edition slipcover. I'm surprised it wasn't lower than that, and I'm surprised it wasn't already gone. I don't even know if this, I kind of doubt it, but I wish I would have had just a little bit of time to check it last night before midnight, before the site went down, just to see what limitations were still there. But I'm sure that this slipcover is still there. But the fact that it is below 1,000, and maybe from this time till last night, it might have went below 500. If that's the case, I assure you guys, either get that thing before halfway to Black Friday gets here 2022, or if you feel confident enough with what's available, wait till then. But that's going to be one of those hot things that you're going to have to go in and get whenever that halfway to Black Friday sale gets here and there's still availability. And I'll tell you another one that's the exact same way. That is the Scanner Cop box set. It went down below 1,000. So here we are. As soon, if that thing is left by the time halfway to Black Friday gets here for 2022, that will be the biggest box set that everybody jumps on there and wants to get. And it's not only going to be your people that doesn't have that box set that's going to get it. It's the people who already fucking have it, because they already know they're going to get their extra one in, and they're going to flip it and make a killing on eBay. They'll hold on to it for even a while just to make the price jump even further. Just depends on how that scale goes, who else is releasing it by any chance, if it's other than Vinegar Syndrome. But unfortunately, we play that market, so I will tell you guys that. Let's see, Deadly Games, the 4K release with the slipcover. That's one that's been sticking around. I cannot believe that thing has not sold out long ago. That is one of the Vinegar Syndrome's greatest releases, in my opinion. A lot of other Vinegar Syndrome fanatics also as well praised that, and I will tell you that thing did have a good bit of availability when we went into the sale. When it opened up, I checked it. However, when I went to go take a look at it while I was at work the night before, I think it was right at about 200, so I would assume it probably sold out last night before the website went down for the sale being over. And if it didn't, I guarantee you when the Vinegar Syndrome site comes back up in a month, everybody's going to race towards that to get it, because it was very low stock. And like I said, just the same thing as the Scanner Cop box set. People who already have the movie will go in there first thing to grab a copy of it. And if there's a limitation where they can grab 2, they will do it. They'll get theirs in, and they'll go straight to eBay, or they'll go to a Facebook group, and they will hawk it for 4 times than what they got it for. I've seen that so many times. All right, guys. Before we move on, well, yeah, let me go over a little bit. I definitely want to cover the Vinegar Syndrome part as much as I can here. All right, so I was watching Master Chaos, and I was having a lot of fun. He was watching a AGFA title on there, and the numbers on it was just fucking flying. It was going. There was only a couple left. We were sitting there watching. It literally went from like 30 to 20, 15. We saw it at one time where it was like 8 left, 5 left, and Master Chaos is being just as a good dude as he is and just having a lot of fun with all this stuff. We got to the point where we were all on there. It's pretty late at night, and I'll tell you exactly, it was 6:24 in the morning. Just goes to show you, which we started about 11:30 at night, Georgia time, and it was 6:24 in the morning. I was still going strong with him, sitting on the couch, just having a few snacks, just having a few Red Bulls to keep me amped up because I was excited, having a great time. And just so happens he actually clicked on a title from Agma called Scary Movie. Guys, it's not the one that you're probably all thinking of, with like the Wayans family and all that stuff directing and producing it. This is a completely different title. It happens to be called Scary Movie. And there was one left. And for about a minute or two, he was sitting there and he just kept refreshing the page. And he's like, anybody on here who's watching this right now going to grab it? I think we had like maybe, at that time, it definitely wasn't 100 because we'd already been on there for about 7 hours at that point. And I think a lot of people was probably getting tired going to bed. You can only sit on this. Some people only sit on this and have fun with it for just a couple of hours and then it's done. Me, I was ready to ride with him all night. I had plenty more Red Bulls to go, and I was having fun, laughing it up, and getting some great stuff that he was recommending. So there was one more left, and he was like, hey, who's going to get it? I went over, put it in my cart, paid immediate with PayPal, and as soon as I messaged him, said, hey, I got the last one. He's right there in front of all of us. He checks it. Officially out of stock. I bought the last one. And Tony of the Dead, he was even said beforehand, hey, whoever grabs that last one, if you're on here watching this and you grab it and you can prove it, I'll throw in Krampus on Blu-ray as a prize. And that was really fun for him to do that. I enjoyed it. I appreciate his kindness out of that. I did tell him that I already had the movie. I had the Scream Factory movie that just came in, which I got to do a video for that later and everything. I did appreciate his incentive on that, though, and I was laughing my ass off. But I told him, hey, no need for Krampus, but thanks a lot. Did snag the last one, Scary Movie, though. Hopefully I'll enjoy it. And if that's just one I don't enjoy, I promise that will be one that I can trade later on. Maybe somebody else can trade me for another AGFA title that they don't mind letting go of or something like that. I'm not trying to get one. I think, yeah, I paid $22 for that. I don't think it has a slipcover with it. But it was the very last one that they had in stock. From what Master Chaos told me, I believe the way we're leaning on that right now is that's a title that's not going to be reprinted, not going to be repressed. So who knows if that's ever going to make it back to the Vinegar Syndrome website or not. If that's the case, it's out of print. I would love nothing more than to take that copy, trade it to somebody else who's definitely wanting it for their collection, who's going to enjoy it, get some love out of it, and trade it for something else that I don't have. So that being said, I picked that up. So that was my third order, guys, from Vinegar Syndrome at 6:24 a.m. Scary Movie AGFA for the price of $21.99. All right, so next came up. There's a partner label in there called Music Box Selects. I was trying to think, was that the one who did Walking on the Edge? I'm not really even sure at this point. No, I think that's Fun City. I'm telling you, it's going to be hard to try to remember to memorize all these Vinegar Syndrome partner labels. That's something I just have not looked into the past since they started partner labels. I looked at a few things before. I grabbed Scary Tales from eBay just because I knew Vinegar Syndrome had it on their website, and I was like, I'll give that a go, especially for $10. And I think Vinegar Syndrome wanted like $25, $28 for it or something like that whenever they put it on there. I think it was 25. But Master Chaos also noticed one that we kept monitoring all night during the sale. Just to show you how fast I made those orders too. This was literally a minute later I made this order. We was watching one that was coming down there. This is a Wes Craven made-for-TV film starring Linda Blair, and that movie is called Summer of Fear. Like I said, it's put out by Music Box Selects, and it does come with a slip. It was dwindling down to nothing. It was selling so fast. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to go ahead and grab it. If anything, I don't want to miss out on it because it's going to completely sell out. It clearly states that it's not going to be repressed again. The slip's going to be gone. And from my understanding, the availability had just started for that at midnight when the Black Friday sale started. So we didn't even make it till 7 o'clock in the morning of Friday morning without that thing selling out. It went fucking quick. I think the last time right before he had got off of the live chat with us after going for about like 7 hours and some change, it only had a couple copies left. So I was glad to pick that up. It's another one of those things. If I don't like it, which it's Wes Craven, I kind of want to keep it in my collection just because it is Wes Craven. Who didn't grow up on Nightmare on Elm Street, Hills Have Eyes, especially Deadly Blessing? People Understairs, one of my favorite fucking movies. Even though this is a made-for-TV film, I'm dying to check it out. It does come with a slipcover on it. Got it for $24.99, so what a steal. I'm willing to take the gamble at that. Not the biggest fan of Linda Blair. Loved her in The Exorcist, of course. Loved her in Hell Night. She's not one of my favorite actors, but the fact that Wes Craven's got his name on it, he directed it, I'm more than willing to pay $25. I'd have paid more for it, to be honest with you, to check that out. Because I know, even if I hated it, I disliked it, and I didn't want to keep it in my collection, it's nothing to trade it later to somebody who definitely wants it, missed out on it because it literally went within like the first 7 or 8 hours of the sale being live. There's somebody out there who's going to want it, and they'll be willing to trade something for it. So yeah, it's kind of future-proofing something. After that, Master Chaos showed a trailer. I'm going to try to pronounce the name of this. The trailer for this is 2 movies in this one. I'm going to butcher the hell out of this, but I'm going to try it, guys. And I think that's Wakali Wood Supa. There's 2 movies in here, and from what I watched of the trailers, it had me rolling on the fucking floor while Master Chaos was showing it. Me, him, Tony the Dead, and I'm sure everybody else in that chat who was watching that trailer that Master Chaos was showing us for that one. I'm sure we were all rolling in the floor. The comments were rolling in. Everybody was eating it up. And it's like, hey, man, like, you can have some fun with this. 2 movies in one that's put out by AGFA. $21.99, and I said, why the fuck not? So I went ahead and grabbed both. I went ahead and grabbed that as well. So I got Summer of Fear from Music Box Selects for $24.99, as well as the Wakali Wood Super Action Volume 1 for $21.99. Now that says Volume 1. I'm curious if there's a Volume 2. Is it out yet, or does it come out in the future? I'm going to have to do a little bit of homework on that. So please, guys, if you know that if there's a volume 2 that's already out, please hit me up in the comment section. Let me know, especially if you made it to an hour and 8 minutes of this fucking video. Thank you so much for watching me just sitting here rambling. But please do let me know if there's already one that's on the market and who released it. And if it's not on the market yet, but you know it's coming from somebody, please hit me up. That way, even if you don't know, hit me up in the comment section so I know that somebody made it to an hour and 8 minutes of this video. Alright, guys, we will keep going here. What is that? Godmother of Indian Fist? I didn't order that, that's for sure. Alright, guys, let's see what else I got here. I did get back on there. I think, now, how many orders has that been now? I think I ordered like 6 orders. Altogether from Vinegar Syndrome, 6 individual orders, because add to existing order feature is like crack to me. As soon as I place one order, I know I'm going to go right back in, place a second order, and I'll keep doing that until the fucking website goes down. That is one of the smartest business tactics that Vinegar Syndrome and Severin have. I tip my hat to them all the time, because not only is it doing it where it's very easy, where they take multiple orders and they package them all together for us, so we try to get it all in one big box. If it fits, we get to save on shipping, because it's adding to existing order for them to fill it all in one box that's going to the same address. But it also automatically, they know it just as well, it's going to make more people have the incentive of going, I've already just paid with shipping with this order, or I ordered enough where I already have free shipping. So I might as well go back in here and grab a few more things that's on sale and just add it to that order. Why not just keep building this box? And that's the mentality I have. I sit there and I'll go, well, I paid such and such for 14 items right there. I kind of got my own 6 items. Why not put that 6 items in there and make it an even 20? And then it just fucking snowballs. It just snowballs from there. Forgive me, guys. Getting a little excited. It's been a great weekend, I can tell you that. Today's Tuesday, guys. I promise you, like I said, not only would I have prepped a little bit better for the Black Friday sale, get some top recommendations, even if only one person would have watched it, I'd have still done it. I just didn't have no time. And I definitely would have come back here Monday before both of those sales ended to be like, hey, grab this if you like that movie. And I would have definitely done it, guys. Again, I apologize. I just didn't have the time. Everything went fucking crazy. Had to return back to work Sunday night. Had a bunch of shit to do before and after. By the time I hit the bed, it was done. I was over with. I woke up in just enough time just to keep looking at that Severin website, which was a bad idea because I placed like fucking 2 or 3 more orders right before it went down. But Vinegar Syndrome themselves, they did go down before midnight. The last chance I had to look at that website was, I want to say, Monday morning. So I don't really, I wish I'd have kind of had the time to look at it one more time to tell you guys the exact availability of what slipcovers sold out, what didn't, what's close. But I'll try to keep as punctual as I can as I go. All right, guys, for the next Vinegar Syndrome order that I put on there, none of them, my good buddy Cody, which he bought one of these last time, and I was so glad to see him hop on that halfway to Black Friday sale and order him a nice box of stuff. I think I can take full credit in getting Cody into Vinegar Syndrome. Him being nice enough just to out of the blue send me a nice box. Just the friendliest person a person could have as a friend. He sent me a box of some nice stuff in return of the favor. I bought him some stuff. He was digging it, and he actually turned around and he ordered him a nice box of titles during the halfway to Black Friday sale. I want to say, you know what, that might have been Black Friday for 2020 at that point. Yeah, I believe it was. But he ordered himself a Vinegar Syndrome logo air freshener, which he dug the hell out of. So I got myself one too as well in this order. That was $4. Guys, I bought a 1-disc clear Viva Elite case because I got one over there that's cracked and I need to replace. I like my shit to be pristine, nice, and no shit falling apart and broken plastic. So I got one of those, the 1-disc one for $3. And I also picked up 5 of the 2-disc sets of the clear Viva Elite cases. So I bought 5 of those, and I will tell you this, guys, whether it's a 1-disc case or a 2-disc case, they're $3. Like, the price isn't any different. Same thing for Severin. If you're wanting those black cases like I am, because there is a few releases, older releases that they have, that I have on the shelf in those blue cases. I want all my Severin cases in black cases because I like those. Those are $3.50 a pop, and yes, they're $3.50 for the single edition, the single disc cases. They're $3.50 for the double disc. It doesn't even matter. So Vinegar Syndrome are just a little bit cheaper with their cases. I wonder it's just because they're clear and the Severins are like fucking jet enamel black. So yeah, I bought 5 of the 2-disc clear cases to replace some of mine, to take out some of the blue ones that I have over there from the older releases. I've been collecting Vinegar Syndrome for a little while. I know a lot of you who just jumped in the game probably didn't realize Vinegar Syndrome had blue cases as their standard not too long ago, but them switching over to only using clear cases for their releases. That's a relatively kind of new thing the past probably 2 years, maybe a little longer, I'd say. But of course, their 4K cases, Vinegar Syndrome is black, I can tell you that. Also, so that was 6 cases, and an air freshener. Also, Master Chaos highly recommended the AGFA Horror Trailer Show. That was, of course, released by AGFA. I believe this was on sale because it wasn't $25 or $28. This was $17.49, and it did come with a limited edition slipcover. I'm dying to see that trailer compilation. Chaos himself said that he is not a fan when it comes to compilation DVDs and Blu-rays. He kind of gets burned out on them. It is one of those things that you can put on the background for him and probably just have some eye candy to look at while you're having a party or something. I love compilation trailers. Actually, I took two out from Severin over here that I'm going to be more than happy to show you. I do have one from Vinegar Syndrome, and that is the Spring. I think that's the 2017 or 2018 catalog. It's a 3 DVD disc set, and it also comes with a book breaking down every movie for you, the synopsis, what year, maybe a little bit of details about the restoration. It's a nice thick book that came with the three disc set. There's also a Spring catalog for the year after those, which I missed out on completely. I'm going to have to go through eBay and see if I can land me one of those. I don't think that they put out a DVD set. I'm going over the trailers at that point because I don't think they had enough to really do a set. But they did do a book, and I do look forward to getting that because I love anything when it comes to literature, anything I can read on to help me, persuade me, lean in the right direction of what film's going to buy and what I'm not. But yeah, guys, that the AGFA horror trailer show, released by AGFA with the limited edition slipcover, that was $17.49. Yeah, guys, those 6 cases I bought in that order right there, that was $18 for all 6 of those, plus the VS air freshener right there for $4. All right, so I took pictures of that. Let's see what else we got, guys. Let me go over here. I take screenshots of everything I buy. It's just one of those things that not only does it help me update my book that I write down all my stuff in. If I write it down, it helps me remember it so I don't fuck up and double dip because I have done that before. I'm one of them people I have to actually write it down to store it in my memory bank permanently, or I will pick it up a second time. I've seen myself do that plenty of times. All right, guys, let me get over here just a little bit. So I went back in to the Vinegar Syndrome website. I want to say this was Sunday at 2 o'clock in the morning. I realized that I did a miscount on the replacement cases that I needed. I bought one single disc replacement clear case, and I bought 5 2-disc Viva cases. Turns out I needed 2 more of the double disc cases to completely have all my cases replaced from getting rid of those blue ones. Now all my Vinegar Syndrome stuff will all be in his clear cases. I love those clear cases so much more. I hate looking at those fucking blue cases. So I went ahead and ordered 2 more of those. They were $3 a piece, so that was $6. And I decided, one title I've been meaning to buy now for a couple of years. I missed out on the slipcover of it a while back. And it's such a shame because the slipcover caught my complete attention. I love the artwork of it. That was none other than Bloodsuckers from Outer Space. Unfortunately, that slipcover's been long gone. Ain't no big deal, though, because I want to get the film. I want to check out the features and all that stuff. The slipcover, hey, at this point for me, I would like to have it. I'm not going to pay no crazy money for it, though. I'm always open to a trade for something decent. Or, I will throw a few bucks at it in the end, but I'm not going to be one of those people that pay like fucking 35, 40, 50 bucks for just the slipcover. That's crazy. But that is Bloodsuckers from Outer Space. Can't wait to get that in because I'm totally going to eat that up. Let's see here, guys. I just want to make sure I didn't place another Vinegar Syndrome order here, which, yeah, guys, I looked at the Dalco Santa Claus Deadly Games 4K UHD release with slipcover. That was yesterday, which was Monday at noon, and they only had 169 left right there. I'm sorry, guys. You probably can't see that number because my phone's... I don't know if you can see it like that, guys, but I assure you it says 169 there. Given the fact that there was 12 more hours left in that sale, I would not be surprised if that thing sold out. So, guys, if it didn't, I would say when that Vinegar Syndrome site does come back up and you want it, grab it. However, when the Vinegar Syndrome site does come back up in a month from now, because it's usually about a month whenever the site does finally come back up where you get to see all the Vinegar Syndrome stuff. Due to cancel the orders and limitations, restrictions where somebody's trying to order too many of the same copy and they canceled it, that'll help you in the long run. But as soon as that site comes back on, you got to know exactly what you want, what you're looking for, and you got to go straight to it. Don't just put it in your cart and go look at something else. Check the fuck out. That way it preserves it. Because even then, that's still a fight. A lot of traffic hits that Vinegar Syndrome site as soon as it comes back on after it being down for so long after a sale. Alright, guys. I want to make sure I didn't place another Vinegar Syndrome order. I think that was it of it. I think Bloodsuckers was my last movie that I ordered. And... Yep. And I will show you guys right here. It was $12.29 last night. I went to try to get on the Vinegar Syndrome website, and boom. And I'm sure anybody who's familiar with that website, as soon as you see that right there, it's either they're going down for maintenance to get their site ready for the sale, or you see that, and that means the sale is officially over. It says, thank you everyone for all the orders. Black Friday 2021 has officially ended. We will begin shipping orders out this week. I assure you that is subscribers only first. Subscribers only, since they pay all that money up front to get those titles that they're going to get throughout the whole rest of the year upcoming for 2022. They get packaged up first and sent out. Please allow a few weeks for your order to ship. I would say every time I order something from either the halfway to Black Friday sale or the Black Friday sale itself, it's always at least a month. Now, not at least a month. I usually get right there maybe 3 days before it's officially a month, and I'll have my box in the post office. But I can guarantee you guys, these boutique, especially Vinegar Syndrome, I would say is one that keeps attracting a lot more clientele every year during the sale. So I wouldn't be surprised if it takes a little bit longer. Hopefully, guys, I'm hoping just as the rest of you. As long as I get it before Christmas, I'll be more than happy, because we know once Christmas gets here, that mail is going to be jam-packed with returns to everywhere in the world, because most people are doing online shopping now, and your box that you ordered could be possibly slowed down just because of this. We all know how the mail works in the holidays, and I'm telling you, USPS this year for myself has been a fucking nightmare. It's been a nightmare since March 2020, as soon as the word COVID-19 was thrown in the air, and it just went to shit. Our site will be open again Friday at noon. This upcoming Friday, that site will come back up, but it's for the start of Partners Only month. So you'll most likely only be able to view the Partners Only titles, which is AGFA, Fun City Editions, Gunpowder and Sky, was the Music Box Select, something like that. So you'll only get to see those. Questions about your order, please ask at orders@vincend.com. Guys, please don't get on there immediately and ask where your order's at. This is going to take a while. Just because you placed your order as soon as the sale went live doesn't mean you're going to be one of the first one to get it neither. All right, miss something that sold out? Do not result to eBay. As happens every year, we will cancel a lot of orders due to violations of our quality limits. That means if they said, hey, you can only order one copy of this, or you can order only two, you get on there and try to place an order for fucking 10 of them, they're going to cancel your order. They don't give a fuck neither. It's boldly stated right there as soon as you open up the fucking page for the particular title you're looking at. Sold out items may be back in stock once our site returns. Follow our social media accounts for additional information. Thanks again from all of us at Vinegar Syndrome. And I will tell you right now, if you are a Vinegar Syndrome collector, but you happen to not like social media, I think that is a burden for you. And especially if you don't have social media, I would recommend you make a fake account, even if you got to, just so you can kind of keep up with what they're saying, because they are very good about telling you, hey, our site's going to come back up after the sale, and we're going to tell you right now we only got like 32 copies left of Deadly Games with a slipcover on it, so first come, first serve. Don't think you're going to get in there and put that thing in your cart. Go look for something else, because just because you put it in the cart, that automatically secures your copy. It doesn't. Somebody will snake that bitch right out from under you. It doesn't matter whose cart it's sitting in. You have to put it in your cart, check out immediately. That verifies your copy, and you're good to go. But yeah, guys, that's a wrap on the Vinegar Syndrome sale for this year. Like I said, it did go down Monday last night. Soon as we hit Tuesday, 12 a.m., the site went down. I just happened to look at the picture, and I was like, all right, well, that one's over. And guys, like I said, I went over everything I bought in that set. Can't wait to get the box. I will do a video for the unboxing of that. I assure you, though, that will be a month from now, if not a month and some change. So yeah, I tell you what, I'm gonna do another video because I want to do Vinegar Syndrome and Severin separately. Otherwise, this will be a 3-hour video, and I don't want to put nobody through that. Yeah, guys, I really do. I hope everybody had a chance to get everything that they wanted in the Vinegar Syndrome sale. I say this too. I had the pleasure of talking to a couple of people on here who watch me on YouTube who reach out through me to Facebook, and we usually chit chat through Messenger. One being Chris on there. Chris, it was a joy talking to you over the weekend. There's another one. I think it was Russell and Lindsay as well. So you guys, I love the hell out of you. Thank you so much for chit chatting with me. I hope I was as helpful as I could possibly be. I know you guys are a little bit more privy, and you really want to take the dedication and the hard work to chase down slipcovers. I remember you guys were asking me like, "Hey, do you by chance know when this slipcover like tanked and went out of stock?" When I first got into Vinegar Syndrome and just head over heels with them, I was trying to keep up with a lot of that stuff for the most part. I'll be honest with you, like I told you, and I'll tell everybody else, it becomes too much of a headache game. I love them, and I order a lot of shit from them that still has a slipcover with it. That's a big bonus. But as it is getting now, as you can see by that stack, if you can see it, there is a few titles that's sitting right there that does not have slipcovers on them. Mostly now, I'm just trying to get what I can for the best price from that company. And if the slipcover is no longer available, no big deal. If I can find it elsewhere for a few bucks, that's fair, I'll pick it up. Maybe I could trade something for it, as long as it's a fair trade. But guys, unfortunately, fortunate for me and my wallet and the way I do my collection, I know people chase those slipcovers down solely. Sometimes I've seen it where they don't even give a shit about the movie. They hate it, but they still got to have it because they need that slipcover. That's just not the way I'm rolling with the rest of my collection through the rest of my collecting years. I love limited edition stuff, even though I know that's a gimmick that they use, especially like, let's say, like Arrow Video with these big box sets. But the reason why I do chase those as opposed to chasing slipcovers from Vinegar Syndrome is, let's say, like Children of the Corn trilogy right there got behind me. Yeah, I could buy the regular Children of the Corn 4K release that they just released, but that's only Children of the Corn, the first movie. With that limited edition, if I want to fork up a little bit extra money or do the time, the homework, and chase it and get it for the best price I can, not only did I get the first film in there 4K, but I also got Children of the Corn 2 and 3 plus that book, the poster. To me, that's an incentive. That's enough incentive to pay off for it. But just something being just a slipcover for it. Of course, if it was like my fucking one of my favorite movies of all time, it slipped past me. The slipcover sold out. I got the movie, and I was like, man, like now I'm really wanting the slipcover on that for a complete package kind of thing for the shelf, because I love that movie and it deserves it. Sure, I'll chase it down. I'll pay a few extra bucks to do that. Especially if I love the movie, I might even cough up a little bit more than just a few bucks for it. But, just a random blah blah, something that you looked at the trailers on and read the summary for, and you're just like, hey, I definitely want to see the movie, like, slipcover or not. That's just kind of how I am now at this point. I didn't say that a couple years ago. I was like, hey, man, like, I might hold off on that movie because I can, even though the movie right now is on sale and it's only like, 15 or 16 bucks. I think I just saw one on eBay with a slipcover for like $35. I don't do that now. I'm like, hey, that fucking movie's like 16 bucks. That's a great price. It's better than 25 bucks without the slip. So I'll get it for $16.50. That's just my thought process. Now I know everybody has their own. It's subjective. Like everybody has their own way of collecting and stuff like that, and I can respect that, and I completely appreciate that. But yeah, it was really fun talking to a lot of people and helping them out the best I could. Like I said, guys, there was while you was looking at the Vinegar Syndrome page, of course, you open up their website, you're getting to see new to oldest, so all the brand new stuff they're releasing, that's coming out right here that they just got in stock for the sale, even though it's not discounted, it's brand new, of course. And as you keep going through the pages of the sale, you're getting further in the back, closer to the very first releases. I was noticed there was really good prices on the Blu-ray, like Death Machines, being $15. Death Row was that Death Row Game Show $15. Those are no brainers for me. I haven't seen them. I've seen them on the site now for a couple years, just never got my hands on them. And what better time now to pay $15 for them as opposed to paying $25? I'll get to check them out. And $15 is a steal, man, for a title. Like I said, guys, all four of these movies right there. all three of these right here. I'm not gonna put Disco Godfather in there because I haven't seen that yet. I can't vouch for it. All three of these, this sale right here that was coming up, it's been that way for the past couple sales. $15 a piece for these. That is a fucking steal. Especially if you're a person who loves the movies and you haven't seen them in a while, you want to see what Vinegar Syndrome has to offer with that new restoration, the special features, all that good stuff. Nice packaging and everything too, with some artwork, and not to mention now, you got these three, you got that, and there's a nice box to come in for, that's going to look great on the shelf, especially for collectors, man, who want to have something to put all four of these because they do belong together. Put them in a nice box and boom, you just created four releases that you bought individually into a box set. Especially for those of us who already have these releases. And but hey, for the guys who don't have these movies and you're definitely wanting them, you've seen one or two of them, maybe just one of them, or all four of them, and you love them, and you're wanting that box. There was no other better time to grab all four of these movies, brand new and sealed, stuffed inside that nice box that Vinegar Syndrome put together. And I believe that was $75. So still $15 a piece for the movies, $15 for the box. So that's a great deal. But guys, I think we're going to wrap this one up. I can't really think of much else to say about the Vinegar Syndrome sale other than that the add to existing order that they've always done. I love the hell out of that. It keeps me coming right back. Before I know it, I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, well, maybe I'll put like a budget on myself. Maybe I'll only spend like $250, $300, something like that. Before I know it, it becomes to a point where I'm like, well, I've already got like 15 movies in there. Let's see what's some really affordable stuff that I can check out that they got on there, and I can look at the trailers. And while I'm joining Master Chaos, every one of these sales that I've done with him so far, just watching him, he will start playing trailers, give everybody a heads up of what it's like. And there's been some that he's played where I'm just like, that doesn't seem for me. I might wait till later on that one. Maybe I can trade something for it, or I just don't feel like it right now. I don't want to sacrifice something else that I definitely want. Blah blah blah. But then he'll play some where I'm just like, I gotta fucking have it. I'll show you one right here that he was talking about the halfway to Black Friday sale, and I mean he didn't give it a great score. He was just basically just telling how obnoxious it is. He'd never seen a movie like this before. But if you wanted a movie where our main character was literally walking around the whole movie just choking people the fuck out with his dick. His dick was his weapon, and that was Welcome Home, Brother Charles. And I mean, this is just one of the many recommendations or trailers that he has shown on his YouTube channel over at Master Chaos. And I saw the trailer on there, and I was like, this is right up my alley. I can't wait to have a few beers in me. Pop this in. Maybe I have some friends over. Maybe it's just me and the wife, and I'm like, I'll tell her maybe it's like, oh, this is like a very serious movie, like this is very cinematic and blah blah blah. Pop this in and see how fucking quick of a giggle I can get out of her. That's always fun, and it's always what better than to always share and enjoy shit like this, especially with the people you love. So, but yeah, two movies in here: Welcome Home, Brother Charles from 1975, and MMA from 1976. 203 minutes altogether. That's all region. They try to take everything, even his manhood. You done the man's time. Now you're gonna do ours. So yeah, that's another one. That was one of the first ones I planned on digging out of my box as soon as I got it for the halfway to Black Friday. So unfortunately, it went right over here on the shelf, and I just haven't got to get to it. But that is another black exploitation film, just like I showed you with the Dolomite films. The Rudy Ray Moore films. Penitentiary 1 and 2, they got in there as well. So, guys, I will take a look over here at the shelf just to kind of see if there's anything over there that I can kind of look at and tell you that it definitely did sell out for this sale as far as the limited edition slipcover. I will tell you guys that the Homegrown Horrors, I believe there is a volume 2 coming out 2022. I believe they're saving that for October 2022 for that. So if you guys love the volume 1 of that, get ready for that. Televised Terror, I'm not sure if there's a volume 2 coming out for that. I might have got them swapped up. I do know that one of them's coming out. Could be volume 2 for both of them coming out. I probably should have done just a little bit more homework. But guys, please feel free look at the Vinegar Syndrome page. Google it if you got to for the upcoming year of 2022 of what we can expect of what's to coming from Vinegar Syndrome. It lists all that in there. They're not going to give every title away, of course, because they can't legally do that, but they will give you a breakdown of some stuff. And they do give some titles away of what they're doing, especially when it comes to box sets. I didn't hear anything about a Cardona collection, so I don't know if we're getting a volume 2 of that. I know we just got that during the halfway to Black Friday sale of this year, so I didn't see that. I don't think I saw that listed in the 2022 lineup. All right, let me take a look. I will tell you the Beastmaster VSU #1 that has been gone for a little while. That's why they reissued it in that slipcover right there. 6-string Samurai was on sale. I believe it might have been $30, which is a really good price because I think I paid $45 for mine, and I think Beastmaster was $45 when it first came out. That was on sale, and I believe there was still plenty of those left. Let me see. I did the box sets right there. Let's go down the line here. I can only see so far over there, but we're going to try this. I will tell you guys that Flesh Eating Mothers for this sale, the slipcover definitely did sell out. I saw that myself. Oh, and I just really can't see all the way over there. The Severed Arm, however, still had plenty of slipcovers left. They had over 1,000. I believe it's probably going to take a lot of time for that slipcover to sell out. Best Friends was on the verge of selling out. I think the collar was already gone. I think Pandemonium was gone. I do know that I think it's Memorial Valley, but Massacre, that was close to selling out. Killing Birds as well was close to selling out. They could have sold out for the last day being yesterday. I just didn't have a chance to really look at the last minute. But those numbers were low. Killing Birds, that was another that was low. Whodunit definitely sold out during the sale. I believe Rest in Pieces also, that was another one that sold out. I think Alien LA still had plenty. Cellar still had plenty. I know Silent Madness is already gone. That first slipcover, the original slipcover for Fade to Black, that was already gone. But the alternate version was still available the last time I checked on it. I think the collar, that was gone. The 11th Commandment, that's another one just like the Severed Arm that is moving so slow for Vinegar Syndrome. Play Dead did finally sell out too. I was kind of surprised by that. I think that's another one that probably just didn't, in the beginning, probably didn't sell too well for Vinegar Syndrome. They might have pressed up 4,000 copies of that with the limited edition slipcover. It just sat around for so long. Same thing with Old Dracula. I think that was another one that was kind of getting down there to low numbers. So yeah, I really do hope you guys, if you guys were interested in those, I hope you snagged them because, I mean, it's too late now. But hey, if they're, I'm sure when the Vinegar Syndrome site comes back up, I would not be surprised that if every single one of the slipcovers that had availability going into the sale that sold out, I would not be surprised if there's a couple here and there when they come back up. But just because people are fucking violating the terms. It seems like everybody's quick to order shit, but they never fucking take the second just to see right up under the box, and it'll say, hey, most of the time it's limit 2 per customer. That means you can only order 2 of that copy. If you do order 3, they're going to cancel your whole fucking order. I don't know if they're going to cancel your whole entire order with everything else in it, but they are going to cancel every copy of that, and they're not going to send you one. So, because you violated their terms. But yeah, guys, I hope the video's been very thorough. I know I just sit here and kind of just rambled here now for about an hour and 39 minutes, but I try to be as informed as I can. As I said, guys, I had a lot of fun with the Vinegar Syndrome sale. If I had to tell you, I was watching people kind of like give it, like a, if you had, how good was it? 1 out of 5 stars. Like how good is it? 1 to 5 stars. For me, for Vinegar Syndrome this year, especially with them releasing Ticks, definitely the New York Ninja. That's a very big highlight right there with Ticks. Can't wait to check that out. Without Vinegar Syndrome, that never would exist, have ever came to fruition. The book they included in it is very thorough. Please, guys, if you do have that or you're about to get it, please read that book to understand exactly what the fuck had to happen to make that thing an actual physical reality. The legacy slips, that's nothing to sleep on. I like those. But that Rudy Ray Moore box, that was the highlight of that right there for me. They had Flesh for Frankenstein on there, which I passed up on that. That was $53. I know that kind of pairs with Severin's release of Blood for Dracula, which I did not pick that up either. I think Blood for Dracula 4K box set from Severin was $45. Flesh for Frankenstein was $52.99 from Vinegar Syndrome. I can understand that price. Not only are you getting a 4K of that, you're getting a Blu-ray disc in there, and also you're getting a 3D version. And I assure you, that box, it does look like the Scanner Cop set, where you look at the side. There's two cases in there. Each one has its own slip cover. So they definitely did the setup right. I'll chase that down later and get it. I was very close to getting the Ebola Syndrome release in 4K. I think that was $30-something. I just told you the price of it just a little bit ago. I did pass on that. I'll try to get it on the next sale. Was trying to discipline myself a little bit, even though I've failed on every turn damn near. But those I did hold off on. The Still and Lace too. I'm kind of, I wouldn't mind seeing what that's all about. But yeah, if I had to say, I was glad to see some of their older titles still sitting at $15, and they didn't have to raise the price on them so fucking much. Because as we all know, seems like all the prices on everything, even our physical media itself, is raising in price. But however, most of our paychecks are not. So, but granted, the fact that I did get a lot of stuff for a really good price. Very excited about the new stuff, especially Argento's Trauma. The VSP number 2 sensor. Already got the New York Ninja sitting here in hand ticks and all that. I would definitely say the Vinegar Syndrome sale this year for me. Granted, just how hyped up I'm hyped on the stuff that I just don't know a whole lot about, but did minimal homework just to see if I would be that kind of person to chase it down and it would be my flavor. I definitely give Vinegar Syndrome, I don't know, maybe 3.5, 4 stars for what they did this year for their sale, what they had available, and all that good stuff. Still the same. A lot of the same prices were fair. Older releases with a slipcover, if they still have the slipcover available, $17.50. That's better than $25 or $28. However, I did notice that there was. It seems like when they jumped and they did that whole $27.99 per title for new release, now whenever the Black Friday sale, halfway to Black Friday sale, that 50% sale comes off now. Instead of them being $17.50 like we're used to with the slipcover for those back catalog titles, they're $20 now. It's only a $250 difference, but guys, I assure you that $250 adds up once you got 20 titles sitting in the cart. So that's a $50 difference right there if you add that up. If you grab 10 titles basically, and instead of them being $17.50 like the older practice of Vinegar Syndrome before the prices had to be hiked up, you're looking at $25 extra, which ain't too bad. But once you start putting 20, 30 titles in there with that same story, that's a little bit. You're talking about 50 for 20, 75 for 30. That adds up really quick. So yeah, guys, I hope everybody got to get what they wanted. I'm glad to see that Vinegar Syndrome now has multiple destinations as well. I say destinations, also like their Canada distribution, where people in Canada get to get their stuff. Hopefully Severin will do that practice. I know people like Aaron Penn and a few other YouTubers. I just listened to them do the aftermath of the Black Friday sale. And he said he primarily only ordered from Vinegar Syndrome, didn't really order from Severin just because customs is such a bitch for him. Severin does not do like Vinegar Syndrome and go through a Canada distribution to get their stuff over to people in Canada. Even though they can't, Severin, Vinegar Syndrome, they all ship internationally. There's a few things that follow with that. The shipping is probably pretty expensive. Not to mention, especially in Canada, the U.S. money is a little bit more in value than Canadian money, so they have to keep putting more to it. Not to mention that shipping cost, and when they finally do get it, wherever they go pick it up at, there's like these custom charges and fees, and all that adds up. So That's pretty unfortunate, especially when it comes to the international stuff for Severin. But at least Vinegar Syndrome for the most part has it figured out pretty fairly for those guys. So, but yeah, guys, once again, I hope everybody was able to grab what they wanted. Whether you got a fucking box, 50, 60 titles in it because you're just looking to, you just had so many wants on your wish list that you definitely wanted to, you was intrigued and you want to check out, or just to the people who ordered, 4, 5, or 6 titles. Trust me, guys, it wasn't too long ago. I believe it was 2018 and 2019 when I was grabbing a few titles here and there for the halfway Black Friday sale and the Black Friday sale. I was always limiting myself for like 150 bucks, just to have a little box of something coming in the mail to be excited about. And I will tell you, those were some of the funnest boxes. Those boxes were just as fun as opening a box that you have seen me open on my YouTube channel that's had, 20, 30 titles in it or more. And, throwing in a bunch of different kind of pins and merch and stickers and shirts, whatever. So even if you're just one of those people who always like, hey, I just ordered 5 or 6 movies. This will get me through for a while. And these were really just my main highlights that I wanted. Good for you. It just shows you got really good discipline. You didn't buy those 6 and then say, well, hey, all the rest of this shit's like a really good price and I don't know much about it, but I'm going to buy every fucking thing anyway. That's one way you can get burned very fast. But fortunately, we have a great market for this where even if you don't like it yourself, it's very easy to either sell it or trade it to someone. So we always have that as a backup. And it's definitely safe to say that Vinegar Syndrome is constantly, in my opinion, they're going up. They're going up as far as quality, especially when it comes to packaging, their scans, their restorations, their special features. Overall, I mean, like I said, it's all good. I'm sure they're here to stick around for quite some time. That's for sure. But yeah, guys, I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. Sorry for the video being, we're almost at an hour and 50 minutes. But I hope I covered everything thorough. I hope everybody was just excited as I was for the Black Friday sale. I hope you didn't log on there. I hope you didn't sit there and get amped up, save a bunch of money, make a bunch of sacrifices, and the site came up and you were just like, oh, I was expecting so much more and this is a letdown and I don't care about these prices, or being discouraged by being discouraged by the fact that, for some of the newer titles, the newish kind of titles that wasn't brand new but were qualified in the sale, instead of them being $17.50, they were now $20 due to their price increases. Hope that didn't affect everybody too much to the point where they just didn't want to order nothing or they couldn't get nothing because they just, you had your financial restrictions. So, but yeah, guys, that's going to do it for the video. Hope everybody had plenty of turkey, ham, and all that good stuff. Got to be with your family and enjoy Thanksgiving. Hopefully you got a few moments to break away to take a look at some of our favorite stuff that we love to look at. Because if you're watching this video and you made it this far, I guarantee you were just like me and you were constantly looking at that site every free minute. Even if you weren't getting on there just to place an order yourself, you was probably getting on there just to look at the limitations number, just to see what's selling, what's hot, and what's getting hit hard, and what's kind of getting left in the dust. So, but yeah, guys, thank you so much for sticking around. Guys, if you made it to the end of this video, just let me know you made it to the end of this video by typing Vinegar Syndrome Black Friday 2021. And leave it at that. I'll know you got to the end of the video, and I'll give you a huge salute and a lot of props. But guys, thank you so much. If you liked the video, please hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, why not? I try to be as informative as I can as possible, even though I'm just some guy sitting here in a room blabbing away, going over and over. But yeah, guys, until next time, stay safe and be careful.